I am Ben Van Meter, and today I will be analyzing how society and culture shapes our decision making and how we act. The first source that I will be taking into consideration is Ishmael Bea's A Long Way Gone. This book is perfect to look at when answering this question because Bea's society changes around him so quickly it's almost like dropping him into a whole new world, and we see how this societal change affects him as a person. At the beginning of the book, Bea lives in a seemingly normal life. He goes to school, plays with his friends, and listens to rap hip hop music. Most importantly, he has a strong positive influence on him from his parents and family. On page 71, Bea recalls the loving nature of his family. Quote, I longed for the gentle, dark, and shiny old hands of my grandmother, my mom's tight, enclosed embrace during the times that I visited her, as of hiding and protecting me from something, my father's laughter when we played soccer together. Unquote. Unfortunately, this bliss does not last long for Bea. After a long time trying to get to safety, he ends up as a child soldier. As a child soldier, Bea's role models were of a much different caliber. In an interview, Bea recalls what his commander was like and how it affected him.
People, and you do whatever the commanders want you to do. If not, they will kill you. And then you're fed drugs. And then there's always ways of killing people in front of you to desensitize you. You're given more drugs after that. You watch Rambo films, just a way to keep you in this madness.
It is clear that Bea was a much different person after he was abducted into being a child soldier. All of these different influences came together and made him do things that he would never have done if his surroundings were different. This same idea of people being affected by their surroundings was examined by Malcolm Gladwell in The Tipping Point with regard to the broken window theory. At its core, this theory states that serious crime is the result of a lengthier chain of events and that crime is a product of disorder, and that if disorder were eliminated, then serious crimes would not occur. Gladwell writes about this theory in regard to the increasing crime rates in the New York City subways. They thought if they could clean up the subway and get rid of the graffiti, crime rates would drop as the attitude of the population changes. On page 72, Gladwell states, worrying about graffiti at a time when the entire system was close to collapse seems as pointless as scrubbing the decks of the Titanic as it was headed toward the icebergs. The graffiti was a symbolic of the collapse of the system, he says. When you look at the process of rebuilding the organization morale, you have to win the battle against graffiti. Without winning the battle, all the management reforms and physical changes just weren't going to happen. This theory ended up working really well in the long run, as they applied it to the streets too, cracking down on public drunkenness and public urination, and it worked, as crime rates fell, quote, quickly and dramatically. Unquote. After seeing this, you think these signs of society affecting decisions must go further than crime in intense situations like Bea's, and they do. An Ohio State study found that one's cultural background can play a huge role in how they think and make decisions. The researchers compared how students from two countries use a computer software program that helped them choose from a variety of compact cars to buy. They used students from Ohio State and students from a university in Japan. The results actually suggest that cultural differences between the two countries affected how the students use the software to make their decisions. The findings indicated that the Japanese students used more of an intuitive process to make decisions, while the Americans relied more on number crunching and careful information processing. This shows just how deep cultural effect on decision making goes. Not only does changing a society affect people, but separate societies have different ways to go about making decisions. However, all people are still people, and we all have fundamental aspects that are the same, no matter how your society affects you. I found this when I was doing my tipping point essay with regard to the rapid spread of vaping and nicotine addictions in high schools across America. Most teens do not start vaping because one day they wake up and think, wow, vaping is so cool, I should start doing that. No, they get peer pressured into doing it. In most cases, they do it to seem cool or to fit in. Peer pressure is a human nature that can be found in almost every society since the dawn of civilization. A study conducted by the BBC found that psychologists have discovered that even the most independent-minded of us will conform to social peer pressure when they are put in groups of people. Phenomenons like peer pressure show that we all share a common gene when it comes to decision making, but societal and cultural differences can have a huge impact on how we go about our daily lives. As shown in The Tipping Point, A Long Way Gone, in the multicultural study done by Ohio State, our societies affect us in ways that we can't even fathom. and it is up to you as an individual to decide whether you follow your societal trends or create new ones to lead us to a brighter future. Thank you.